stretches out on the town on a whim. I said, girl, you better leave them alone. She says, I know, but I gotta let you know. You know, well, I'd love to hear my body and soul. And I know that sometimes it's foolish, baby. Lord, I know. So that's some cross time part, going way too far. Some lady they don't even know. He orders up one more and heads to for the door with his eyes gazing down at the floor. Says, I remember when I used to have a home where...
Yeah, Marius, it is. Welcome, welcome. It's not a 30-minute warm-up. It's maybe I should switch that off. Plop. Shoo. So what I'm doing is just I didn't need to go get my son today at school, so I'm enjoying Friday and just doodling some on my lunch. That's funny, Marius. That's great. Well, now you know. I just thought I liked this sketch, so I thought I'd sketch on it more.
They were ready to confess that things just weren't as bad as they seem. No, I think it's kind of funny, yeah, how your own selfishness can take away all love of your dream. So now they lay in a lover's embrace. And she closes her eyes and it touches her face.
So this is a lot more less stressful than the warm-up. But I like this one, so I want to explore it a little bit more, give it a little bit more love.
Thank you.
That's Josh Weathers right there on the Texas Red Dirt Roads radio show.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. You are welcome here anytime.
Damn Quells are incredible. Mike McClure's like, I'm just glad I didn't have to pay to get in.
That's cool, man. That is cool. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Hey.
A little bit more atmospherics and things like that. I'm quite sure Twitch will mute most of the stream, as most likely I won't talk that much, but it depends on conversation, I guess, and how many joins. Yeah. Some more relaxed sketching. Hey, Arpege. Arpege? Arpet? Peach? Peach? Glad that you could join my lunchtime sketching. One off. Most likely would never happen again. A very long time. So I will enjoy it.
She was not the one who was there for you. I loved you unconditionally. I gave you even more than I had to give. I was willing for you to die, 'cause you were more precious to me than my own life. Down on my knees, I'm begging you. Down on my knees, I'm begging you. Down on my knees, I'm begging you. Please, please don't leave me. Don't leave me. I'm begging. I love you. I need you. I'm dying. I'm crying. I'm begging. Please love me. I love you. I love you. I'm begging. Please love me. I'm dying. I'm crying. Please don't leave me. No, 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 no. Down on my knees, I'm begging you. Down on my knees, I'm begging you. Down on my knees, down on my knees, I'm begging you. You.
Gotta love me some music when I baked.
Down on my knees,
It's the good stuff.
down on my knees, I'm begging you. Down on my knees, down on my knees, down on my knees, I'm begging you.
Maybe it's time to do some. I think I'm gonna do some colors on this one. But first, a little bit more value love. I'm gonna aim for, let's say, 20 more minutes of value, and then 30 minutes of color.
Somebody call out to your brother.
I wonder if you can. I should put like glow on this side. I said that would be cool.
With no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face.
You were fucked up by the blade. You cower in the corner, can't fight in your fall. Let it out inside. Let it pass away. Sleep now under my skin. Show you're trying to conjure the wind and ease my mind.
Probably, as I said, not a lot of talking. As video count is low. I don't even know why I have webcam on microphone. Whatever. It's all good.
Hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blade. You cower in the corner, can't fight in your father. Let it out and say, you cower in the corner, can't fight in your father. Let it pass away. Let it break you down.
Mm.
Pull yourself out of this state. Dear, acknowledge that you were afraid.
Trying to plan ahead of
Of
like what needs to be done with minimal effort.
somebody call unto your brother.
As it's just an hour stream. And around
Hiding under the cover
17 more minutes of
with no one else to blame.
painting pure values, i.e. design.
You couldn't help out your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked
Would be
up by
cool.
the blade.
Like I know there's sinuses here,
He's calling out your name.
and there's also sinuses in the forehead.
Hiding under the covers.
Maybe it's like burning the inside, so it's weakening.
That makes two of us.
Maybe that is too much like a third eye.
You say you don't see it working out. Well, me, baby, never really had
It's working.
First time you were the one. Now all I need are a few last words before you say you're done. Yeah, if you're scared to walk alone, take my hand. And if you're scared it just won't work, I understand. And I promise we'll survive.
One thing is confusing about Twitch and why they're muting audio,
So if you're scared,
which I don't understand.
fall in love. Well, that makes two of us.
Hello, Andy Nolan.
I know you feel
Nice to have you here.
it like I do. But I know if you made up your mind, there's no stopping you. So just talk to me, tell me what you
I
feel,
wonder if
tell
you
me
could have like some
how
sort
to
of,
make it right.
I
Yeah, I'd
mean,
do
the
anything
creatures
you
in Doom,
want, write a million
they don't really,
songs.
I mean, they have gun arms and stuff, right?
Yeah, if you're scared to walk alone, take my hand. And if you're scared it just won't work, well, I understand. And I promise we'll survive on love and trust.
All right, Andy. Then that's no thing to worry about. I mean, I'm having a YouTube archive as well, so that, you know, it's not muted forever. It's just muted post stream. I'm all good. I'm having a very rare free lunch where I don't need to go get my boy at school. So I'm celebrating it with a stream. How have you been? All good with you?
And if you're scared it just won't work, well, I understand. And I promise we'll survive on love and trust. So if you're scared, fall in love. Well, that makes two of us.
It's Eric Willis right there
Thank
on
you,
the
thank
Texas Red Dirt Roads radio show.
Thanks.
Yeah, buddy.
Wow. Wow, Andy, that sounds like an interesting situation to be in. Must be quite difficult, right? I mean, a way to circumvene that is work for free, I guess. Where you don't need to pay back. But maybe that's not something you feel like doing. Yeah, I mean, my streams in the morning is just 30 minutes, you know, it's not... I'm surprised by the amount of people that come already, which is awesome. It's fun to share like a morning sketch, a warm-up over a cup of coffee. You know, it's awesome. I'm glad that people are interested in coming, so definitely not complaining. Regarding the free or copyright-free playlists, yeah, I I'm quite particular with music, and I need it to be my music. So I'm thinking maybe just if they continuously mute me post recording, I'll just stream mic without music. Oh, I have a phone call. Hello. Okay. Okay. Awesome. All right. Bye, love. That's a tricky situation, Andy. So what's on the plate for you then? Freelance, save up extra cash to pay back, or no? You said ask no more, so I'm not gonna. Oh, thanks, MexiMP or Pi. Oh, thanks. It's a continuation of morning doodle I did. I have a 30-minute warm-up time slot I usually stream on, and this is one of those sketches I felt like continuing to paint on. Andy, I mean, yeah. Must be shitty. Hopefully it's not a 4-figure amount, or 5 even. Ouch. Yeah, that can be painful. Hopefully at the lower end of that and not at the high end of that. No, I did not like that nose. Soon colors. Looking forward to that actually. I'm thinking ahead a little bit of what colors I want to use. I want strong red, obviously, orange for the fire. But I want it to be cold as well. So I think I'll use a kind of color lookup. This horror blue or whatever it's called. First I just have to put some stuff in. Oh, thanks, Andy. This is completely just relaxation. Unnecessarily slow. But I'm doing it for enjoyment, not to produce something in that sense. I mean, if the HR have done a mistake, surely they can't. I mean, they could ask for money back, right? But could they actually demand money back? Probably there is some legal clause which you could argue that you assume they knew what they were doing. I mean, I know that on occasions it happens that a bank transfer money incorrectly, and that if you have that money transferred over to you, you use that money. You know, there's a gray area there regarding whose money it is. I know it has occurred in society, in that sense, you know. Wow, that sounds like they're just panicking. Is it a foreclosure thing on their end? This is wrong angle, I think. Should come more forward. Okay. Right. Then I would feel like it's their fault, not yours. They should pay for it, not you. But sadly, it seems like that's not the situation. Man, I love liquefy. It's the best invention. What's crazy about your situation, and I hope for the best. I haven't actually tried puppet warp. Never really went there. Lately I've been just focusing on kind of comfort zone workflow, because I haven't had time to experiment with personal sketching, and that's why I started this 30-minute warm-up. Even though it's not allowing me to fully explore things, it allows me to sketch, which is really important for me. Okay, let's start with some color. Yeah, I know what it is. You know, like you can put an anchor point and rotate it like it would be a 3D rig. But yeah, I don't know. I get the principle. I just haven't tried it. I mean, I have an education in 3D as well for university degree. Bachelor in communicative multimedia or something, which entails being knowing Maya and 3D and animation. I don't have CC. I run outdated versions. Because I don't need the latest, the greatest. I tend to just stick to quite a painterly, sketchy point of attack. Yeah, my degree hasn't directly given me anything, but I was actually going to talk about it on an interview I did recently, but never did. That you learn ways of learning by let's say you have a final project or whatever, you know, in school, university, and you have to produce something, right? And they're not telling you what to do. You have to be your own coach, so to speak, right? So they can help you with the work you produce by saying, maybe you should take it this direction, maybe you should do this, think about these points, and so on. But that's actually not them telling you what to do, right? This is up to you. But my point being is by having to force yourself to focus to that extent is a really helpful thing to have in your baggage. The understanding of how to follow through on a project and teach yourself efficiently and so on. And you can see where, if I look back at my history, personal history of art and so on, you can see gaps where I haven't done a project or a challenge or a competition. It tends to stagnate. And as soon as you push yourself, you know, you produce towards something, let's say a project, but it's on a schedule and you can't procrastinate, and you have to actually produce, right, with a goal to showcase or tell someone about it. The level of learning changes instantly, for me at least. And I think that's where a lot of people stagnate, because they're just not challenged enough. That's at least my crazy theory. it was I talked about on one of my 30-minute warm-up streams. I talked about were you around? You were around for, and it wasn't for an. It was during an interview. I didn't talk about that point specifically. I skipped it. I won't talk at the IW16 now. Probably do a demo. I don't know yet. But yeah, I could do a talk also, but I haven't thought about anything in particular. Currently, I'm going to go to IFCC at the end of this month to do a talk about character design principles. I wouldn't put my proficiency in Maya or animation. I don't want to have that as an option applying for jobs, even though I don't apply for jobs. I haven't done it in 10 years. But first of all, my Maya skills are not up to date. I know how to do it, but you know, I know how to animate, I know how to rig. That will never disappear. The process will change or the approach will change because the programs change, but the principal approach is always the same. But it's not anything I particularly fond of, so I don't want jobs with it. And if I have a job offer where I do 3D, I'm gonna decline it. Because plain and simple, it's not anything I want to do. I want to paint, right? Design characters. That's cool, Andy. I mean, if you have any suggestions of a topic, what you would love to hear, I would love to know it, because for me, like as an observer of, or kind of weird observer of myself, I'm unable to understand what people are interested in. In that sense, That's why, like, I did a talk last year at IW about character design. The same kind of fundamental principles of character design. Which I think was useful, I hope. I will do the same at IFCC, but slightly changed or updated. Yeah, man, that would be awesome. Please do. If you have any cool ideas, all ears. There are going to be some 6 speakers at IW this year. Mad skills. Yeah. I did not get anything of my talk at all, which is a shame. So I don't know how I sounded, or I hardly got any feedback as well, so it's a tricky situation for me, but I'm just hoping that people were happy with it. That's pretty cool. Fall colors, I think. Horror blue. Moonlight. Teal and orange. Nah, man. Film stock. Fall colors. I like brown. You know, funny thing, my wife hates warm photos. You know, like if you put a filter on a photo, she doesn't like it when they're warm. She wants cold. For me, I like warm, way more. Like browns and oranges and reds. She's like, oh, no. It's weird. But let's go with my wife's sense of taste. Teal and orange. No, man, I don't like it. I like this film stock. 50. Kinda cool. Takes what's there and boosts it. Maybe do a gradient map on top. Some cooler. Did that make sense? Yeah, me too. I think I will record myself. I think just put it next, like a phone on record next to me while I'm talking. It's not the same though, but I'm guessing it's better than nothing. But you want that full presentation thing. Blue. Hotter heat. Yeah, I like that more. The blue. Andy, no, I did my last term of CG Master Academy last term. So now I'm a free agent. I gotta focus on. Currently, I have an IP called The Damned, which we're currently in conversations to sell to Hollywood. So that's gonna be a focus point from now. And I will probably start teaching again, but the course I did at CGMA is too old. I created it at 2012, and it didn't feel right to continue teaching it with old material for too long. You know, 4 years of the same course. The knowledge you learn, you know, doesn't change, but the examples and approach has changed over 4 years. So it's like I want to recreate the class, but with an updated approach. I think that would be fair for the students. But the thing is, like with Gumroads as well, and it's like I know a lot of people have asked, like, when are you going to release a book, and so on. For me, I don't know if I'm hesitant to make those kind of things because it doesn't seem like that many people are interested, you know, to warrant all that effort. Like I read a kind of down-putting comment from a fellow artist friend who his tutorial, like he spent hours and hours creating. He's like a proper pro, you know, like he's just not a hobbyist, he's a full-fledged seasoned veteran, right? And he did this tutorial, and then it went to torrent instantly. And his tutorial cost like 15 pounds or something. And he said, no, I'm not gonna do anymore. So in a way, I'm equally hesitant. I've always been, even though people are requesting it. It's like, I don't want to be in a position where I put, you know, so many hours of work into it and then it just doesn't sell. Would suck. Maybe it's just ego that's in the way. You don't want to be butthurt. Who knows? It's a shame, you know. It's a lot of it is this kind of the generational thing difference, right? Because when I was little, meaning like 15, whatever, internet was a new thing. It didn't exist, all these things today. The communication, the connectivity, and a lot of younger people in that sense, if comparatively, I'm not old, but comparatively I'm older, they feel a lot more entitled to things, which me, myself, and others have helped to establish, you know, this field of work and the openness to concept art in that sense of the, what's it called? Community only exists because of the very known artists, you know, like Good Brush, Craig Mullins, all these household concept art names. Yeah, I mean, how do you do it if you don't get money for it? You can't do it. It's impossible if you don't get an income of the time. I mean, time costs money. Like, I could choose to make a personal project for free. I'm not getting paid to do it, and hopes on getting paid post completion, right? But if that doesn't occur, you're not gonna do it again, because it's a waste of money, i.e. time. I was in a shitty situation where I did a game, indie. We tried like a Kickstarter, we didn't get enough. We did like an Indiegogo, got a little bit of money, but fractional of what we asked for. So we just continued making the game out of our own pocket, right? And then Unity changed the engine to their like 2.0. So that meant our game, which we were working on episode 2 of, and in mid coding they changed the engine, so we had to go back and redo episode 1 in order to sell episode 2 and 3. And because we were indie, paying out of our own pocket time, we had to come to the conclusion that we can't spend another half of a year updating code in order to start selling again, because the game was pirated as well. So the game was cancelled, or all updates were cancelled, even though we were getting like 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5 reviews. We were topping charts on iPad, on more in Europe and America. There you go. That happens when things are not going the right way. That's true, Andy. That's a good point. You know, you could do the shot glass approach. In a way, that's kind of what I'm building with these morning streams, right? Even though I'm not selling anything, far from it. But a way it's about testing, right? I mean, obviously, I have knowledge to sell. I have had a CG Master Academy class for 4 years. Every term it's full. And I see people use my process all the time. So you know, obviously I'm doing something. But now I'm not teaching that anymore, so maybe I need to start thinking about selling, but I don't know. Doesn't feel right. Yeah, exactly, Andy. That's the sad part. You have to take in consideration that it will be stolen. Okay, I get it if it's from this huge company, right? Then it makes more sense to steal from it. But when it's from a private person making content, you know, how is that viable for stealing? You know, it's a direct like you won't have more content from that person. The problem is, I'm assuming, is how do you bridge the gap from wanting to steal, i.e. torrent, from to support? You know, okay, I can, if it's somehow, you know, one way of I've been thinking is, let's say, traffic, right? If I have high traffic to, let's say, my YouTube or Twitch, in that way I could start earning money on my knowledge, right? Rather than, here, buy this product, because it's a little bit that can be stolen way more easier than a constant flow of information from the original author, right? A torrent only has value when it's rarity, or a higher chance to be torrented when it's a rarity. But if it occurs, let's say, not on a daily basis, but weekly basis, there's a higher chance, I guess, maybe, that it won't be torrented. That's a thought I had. Maybe I'm completely off of it. Who knows, right?
King of the world.
Yeah, I mean, the whole unique download link and all these things and watermarks, I don't have time for it. I mean, father of two, day job. It won't happen. Not at all. Alright. I'm gonna switch off the stream now. Go back to work. Thanks for the chat, Andy. Awesome. Glad you could make it. And good luck with your sticky situation. Let's see the difference in color. Oh yeah, it's pretty okay. At least it's forward. I'll look up Jesse Sandifer. Copy pasted now. Alright. Cheers, and our pitch. That's cool, Andy. I'll look it up. I saw that Dragon one. I'm gonna do some research about it. Alright. Take care, all you lovely people. Okay. But that's a good point. Talk to you later, man. And thanks everyone else for coming. Bye.